Hey guys, welcome back to Homestead Prepping and Survival. Just gonna do a quick little update here because I have been sick the last couple of days. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice or not, but I had to start the video. Look at there. Got my first egg from the teenagers. And as I've said before, it's usually small the first few times they lay. But it's got white spots in it. But it's a rather small egg. I'm gonna put that in my little basket. I don't know which one laid, but they should all three start about the same time. So I'm going to get out of here. I got to go to the next pen. I'm fairly certain now that the eggs that this hen's been setting on is not going to hatch. So look at that. They done knocked the lid off the water. And I filled that feeder up day before yesterday. So in 2 days, they done ate it. Good thing I'm alive enough to come out and check on them. I haven't left the house other than to go to the doctor yesterday. Well, my white hen laid out on the ground. And that hen's still setting. I think I need to get my drill. Take them milk crates down because those eggs are not going to hatch and she's not going to stop setting until I pull them. Alright, so I get them there. There's probably another one up under her, and I didn't bring the eggs. So let's see. Not eggs, the gloves, I mean. Grab them by the neck, they tend not to fight so much. Look, she's completely raw up under. These eggs are not going to hatch, so they got to go. They're very light, so they could explode in my hand. She's not going to be happy me taking these eggs. So let me pause this for just a second. Well, I busted all 4 of them up against that old post there. Look, 2 of them were black. Those are the 2 that were forming. The other 2 were milky colored, but they're all 4 rotten. So she doesn't have any eggs to set on. So I got to get my eggs out that I put in my basket and take these milk crates down so she won't be able to do it. But if you can see, there's a difference in size in those eggs, y'all. The little egg on the right with the spots is the new teenager. We may get some more rain here. So let me get off of here for a few minutes. I got to put the eggs up and then go check on Sparky's food and water and get the teenager's feeder filled up. So I'll be back in a little bit. Well, I threw a few little handfuls out on the ground to get them to scratch at, pick at. Filled the feeder up. It wasn't quite empty, but it's pretty close. But they ain't even bothered to run in there, so that tells you they wasn't hungry. Getting the first egg out of the 3 teenage hens over there. Shouldn't be but a couple months for these, so I'm thinking these adults have 2 or 3 more weeks to live is about it. Then they're going to the freezer. Let me go get my drill and get those crates down. Alright, well, I went inside and got the bit for my drill. And I went ahead and grabbed my tripod for the phone. Alright. I'll show y'all taking these milk crates down. Let's see. Can you see? Oh, it's flipped around backwards. How about them apples? How did that happen? Let me see. There's some trucks going on over that property across the road from me. I should have bought it when it was for sale. Alright, little hen, get down. And that's what I thought. Why I got more than one bit. Some of what I use are star bits, and some of what I use are Phillips. I like Phillips a whole lot more. These dirty milk crates, I'm gonna set them out and let them get rained on for a little while and get the poop off of them. If I can get all the screws out of them though. So I'm gonna throw it over the fence. Alright, let's go see if I can do the same thing. Cause she's not gonna be happy. Let's see if y'all can see her. Yeah, barely. She's not gonna be happy. I done picked up her eggs. Come on, little mama. Dang it. The one bit that I did not bring is a 1/4 inch bit. And that's the bit that was in the drill. Be right back, guys. Alright, she's not gonna be happy, but we'll take this crate down and get the straw out of it. Good Lord, could y'all poop just a little more? Alright, Mama. I know you ain't happy, but those babies didn't make it. Not one from 17. You done had your time. I can get a little bit in there, as I know they're going to want to sit in that one. Alright, the rest of this is going to go to the other pen. I may have to put her over in with the teenagers like I did the other hen to get her not setting, but let's see if taking the milk crate out does the job. Let me dump this hay over there. It ain't the best hay, but she's been sitting on it. It'll do for now till I buy more. I keep forgetting. Either I forget every day, or it freaking rains, and by the time I get off work, I ain't going to get it in the rain. Old yard shoes, y'all. Yeah. There's the eggs. They were not good. Their feeder's full. Maybe they'll stop laying on the ground now that that box isn't there. If they don't stop laying on the ground in the corner of where that crate was, then I'll move this nesting box down to that corner so they can't get in there to lay, and then maybe they'll use the box. But either way, apologize. Tomorrow is Memorial Day, so we are actually closed at work, except for the on-call guys. But means the feed store's probably closed as well. No need in me trying to go get more feed tomorrow. Not feed, hay. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy 3 more bags of feed while I'm there. That first can will hold at least 2.5, if not close to 3. It's not quite empty, but it's the bigger of the cans, so it typically holds 2.5, 3 cans, bags. So, like I say, it's not quite empty. The yellow one is pretty full. So, as much as those 18 teenagers are eating, I don't think it'll be a problem to have a little bit left over in a bag. I'll just set it out here on top since I got this roof sealed, and it won't get wet. They'll use it up in a matter of a week. But I don't like having one can not full, and it only got 1 bag in it when I bought the other 3. So those teenagers are going through a 10-pound feeder every 2 days. So 5 pounds a day, that's a lot of feed. And there's really not any on the ground. They're not wasting it. But you see the hens in there? Scratching the hay out of the doggone nesting box so they can scratch it out there on the ground. Lord have mercy. I know y'all should be able to see that, but black tip hen is over here by the front door. So we'll see if she goes back to laying. It'll take her a couple days to break. We'll see if she goes back to laying or tries to set on whatever eggs are laid in the next few days. I got 4 again today, as y'all saw from the, what was it, 3. I can't remember. I was looking at the camera. But either way, I got 1 new teenager egg. And then the ones from the adults. So that's good. I'll collect the extra eggs until they get full size. Sorry. Told y'all I've been sick for a couple days. Oh man, I am so sore. I thought I was going to cough up a lung there for a little while. So I went to urgent care in Americus. My middle daughter told me to go. So I went by there, guys, and they didn't take too long to get me there. When I got there, they were empty. And get me in the back, it took them a little while to get me situated, but people kept coming in repeatedly after I got there. Anyway, putting my tools in the toolbox. Let me flip this around. Alright, but anyway, I get there and they got me back pretty quick, but 3 or 4 people, I went to after hours first, and they were telling everybody they were booked up. So I went on down the street to urgent care. First one there. And all those people they were telling at after hours they were booked up showed up, so they got busy pretty quick. I tell y'all, I was sick now. I couldn't even smoke a cigarette. That's bad, ain't it? Lordy, lordy. Couldn't breathe enough to smoke one, not to mention want one. But either way, oh, buddy, got to go over there and check out them milk crates. They tested me for strep and for flu. Look at him spraying it, dog. Said I was negative for both, and I said, did you look at my throat? And it was a training nurse or whatever that looked and swabbed, and she didn't swab like most of them do. So the other nurse come in there and took the light and tongue depressor and looked in the back of my throat, and she said, he is really red. I'm like, yeah, my throat's on fire. So they gave me a shot of, I think it's prednisone or whatever, Rocephin, something, I don't know. And gave me the 5-day steroid pack and then gave me an antibiotic shot or something. I'm not sure. But I did feel better yesterday evening. But I'm so sore from coughing so much yesterday morning and the night before. Oh Lord, it hurt to move. But test come back negative, and I'm like, I'll tell y'all, like I told the Rocky Mountain Spotted Fever doctor, for 3 years I complained about something being wrong, and for 3 years they ignored me until I finally went to a new doctor, and the new doctor run the dang test and come back and said, actually called me. My niece worked there. She said, you need to get up here now. I'm like, well, let me finish this call I'm on. She said, what are you doing? I said, I'm at the shop. I'm working on so-and-so. She said, no, you need to get here now. I'm like, what the heck? So, guys, tests can be wrong. People that do them can do it improperly, and you get the results back, and they tell you you're not sick, and you are. And Rocky Mountain Spotted Fever, a severe case of it can kill you in 8 days. Okay? 8 days. Takes 10 days to get the results back. All you have to do is tell the doctor you were bitten by a tick, and they'll give you the antibiotic as a precaution, just to make sure. Well, my doctor for 3 years didn't do anything but ignore what I kept telling him and her was wrong with me. And therefore, it ravaged my body. I could not walk 50 yards without having to stop and rest my legs. At 52 years old, that's not normal, or 51. I don't care how much you smoke. That's not normal to go from, normal walking to, I could walk from here, and I'm telling y'all, this is probably 30 yards from here to my truck. Either one of them. I'd have to stop and rest my legs. They'd be burning like I just ran a marathon. And they were telling me there was nothing wrong. Okay. Anyway, got a new doctor. Ran the test, found out I was positive for it. They did a second test to make sure. And they treated me for over a year before they finally got the levels in my system down to a controllable level. So I go every 6 months for a checkup. And there's some people say, oh, there's nothing wrong with you. I'll swap with them any day of the week. Whatever. Some doctors would rather see you die than take an extra 5 minutes to actually listen to what you tell them and figure out what's wrong. Don't take good enough as a diagnosis. Don't take, I talked to you for a minute and a half, that's enough. No, it's not. You listen to what I'm telling you. Make the doctors listen to you and do what you got to do. They want to run every expensive test in the world. I ran hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, if not way over $1,000 worth of tests. I didn't have insurance at the time. Paying for this stuff. And they kept wanting to rerun the same test. It kept coming back negative. And I'm like, you keep telling me that's not it. Try something else. Something else is out there. So when I went to the new doctor, like I say, where my niece worked, there was a new nurse there that had not long been out of school, about 6 months. She listened to me. And she went home, and they did the normal test that they normally do, like the others did. But she listened to me, and she went home, and over the weekend, she read up what all could be causing what I was telling her my symptoms were. So she called me back that next, I think, Monday, and said, I got a couple more tests I want to try. She said, it's a long shot, but I want to try them. They're not expensive tests, because I done told her, I'm tired of paying for expensive tests when that's not it. She said, I'm not wasting your money. Just let me try these. I think it was another $400 for all the tests she wanted to run. And that's when the Rocky Mountain Spotted Fever came back positive. And before my doctor even got the results to call me and tell me, the Center for Disease Control out of Columbus, Georgia, called me and say, "Mr. Waters, are you aware that your test results are positive?" I'm like, "No, the doctor ain't called me in yet." They said, "Well, they are for Rocky Mountain Spotted Fever. That's rare. Where were you when you were bit by the tick?" I said, "In the woods." "Well, where in the woods?" I said, "On my property. You know, I've got a range back there. We deer hunted back there, and I've been clearing trails and everything else." So, you know, they ask all those questions. So the Center for Disease Control actually told me on the phone what was wrong with me before the doctor even got the results back. But that little nurse, I love her to death because she took the time to listen and do her job and research, find out what the heck was wrong with me. Guys, you ain't got to have the best. She's probably not the best nurse there is in the world, but she is for me. Because I'm telling you, if I'd have went another 6 months to a year without treatment, I would be in the grave right now. And she took the time to listen and find out what could be causing my problems. And she found it. So I didn't intend for this video to be a gripe session or a preach session about Rocky Mountain Spotted Fever, y'all. But, you know, I know Cog Hill Farms, Jason Smith over there, him and his wife Brooke, Jason was diagnosed with it approximately a year ago. I follow them. They don't know I exist, but I love them to death. Really, really good people. And he is a flat out nut. And I like that about him. Believe it or not, y'all, I'm a lot like that. I just, oh Lord. Anyway, he was diagnosed with it and his doctor caught it early and treated him early. And he has full recovery from it. I don't think I'll ever reach full recovery because it went for 3 years before they diagnosed it. But I am so glad that he had, like me, a medium to mild case. And they diagnosed him early. And he is 100%. At least that's what he says. I have to believe him. Because I can tell you, I'm never going to be 100%. I don't think so. I don't think it's possible for me. It went too long in my body. But you know what? It might be the death of me. It might not. But I can tell you one thing. When I'm out here doing my little chores and my little projects and at work, ain't nobody going to outwork me. I'm going to try harder than anybody else. I may not be the best, but I'm going to try harder. There's no reason for someone to out-try you, to work harder than you. They may outperform me because they're healthier than me or better than me, but there's no reason they can out-try me. Give everything you got 100%, guys. That includes your health. That includes your family time. That includes your hobbies. Give it 100%. You owe that to yourself. And if you want to get right down to it, you owe that to God. He created you and put you here for a reason. And to go through life haphazardly, halfway doing stuff, putting very little effort into it, not making your mind up what you want to do and what you want to do. You know, God gives every one of us at least one gift. That's something we're really good at. At least one. Most people have many. Maybe you don't enjoy one of those gifts he gave you. But that doesn't mean you're not good at it. Try one of the other gifts he's given you. Okay? Try one of the other gifts he has given you. He has blessed you with. Until you find something that you enjoy and that you're good at. Love what you do. I enjoyed working in the grocery retail business. I started out stocking shelves, ended up cutting meat, becoming a department manager, becoming a store manager. I enjoyed that kind of work until it got to this large corporation with thousands and thousands of employees, and I was a number instead of a person. I no longer enjoyed it, and I took early retirement. I enjoy what I do now, but it is not my calling. My calling is what I did for 32 years. Do what you enjoy, people. I wish I could make a living off of doing all the odd jobs that I do and the handiwork I do around the homestead. I do a lot for other people. I try to. Do what you enjoy. Whether you get rich at it or whether you just barely make a living at it, you should enjoy what you do. Oh, he's managing to twist that big old cable up, and it's got a spinner on the end up there where it's not supposed to twist up. If he'll pull it like that often enough, it won't twist, but goodness gracious. I'm going to have to get over there and make sure it's actually spinning so he's not going to get twisted and choke himself. So, guys, I'm going to shut up. I know this is going to be a little bit of a long video. Probably the only one I'm going to do for the next few days while we're off tomorrow, while I'm trying to recover and take this medicine and get back to feeling like doing something. Oh, it's been a rough couple days. I can barely cough now because I'm so sore it hurts to cough. But anyway, I'm still taking the meds. I'm doing what the doctor said and what my daughter said. Daughters. So take care of yourself. You've only got one life. Live it. Y'all remember what I always tell you. Jesus loves you, and so do I. Y'all be safe. Be prepared. And James, on my homestead prepping survival group on MeWe, you're outdoing me on the eggs, brother. You're getting more eggs than me, but you had a lot more teenagers growing up than I did. But when these 3 start laying regularly, and I butcher those older adults, and then these 18 babies get big enough to start laying, I think I'll make up for it. We'll see then. Right now you got me beat on egg count, brother. Y'all take care. Be safe, be prepared.